What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's video. In this one, we're talking about bunny behavior. What does it mean when your bunnies do different things? So I think we're gonna start off with some of the more negative behaviors that might convey that your bunnies aren't having a great time, and then we'll bring it on over to the more happy things that they do. We'll be doing 10 different behavior sets, 5 negative, 5 positive. So starting off, we can go ahead and launch into
thumping. Thumping is a behavior that's really funny for bunny owners because it just basically gives you a full-on indication that this bunny is not happy with you. So this behavior is only done usually when they are irritated or annoyed from something that you are doing or something around them is doing. This is an indication of frustration. It's a negative behavior.
Another behavior that conveys a pretty similar message of discontent is grunting. Grunting and or honking. And so it sounds kind of like a goose with a can of chicken noodle soup over his beak.
What is that? Like, what is a goose with a can of soup on its mouth, Dan?
Well, it's like muffled. It's not as loud as a goose. But this just means that they're not enjoying what's happening.
Another rabbit being nearby that isn't bonded to them can also do this to them.
Or a predator animal like a dog or cat.
The next behavior that is a negative behavior would be nipping for obvious reasons. Lots of animals will give you like a warning bite that they're not exactly happy with what's going on at the moment. Bunnies are not unique in this. They also do this. The nips that are basically telling you this are going to be the ones where they kind of just bite, they kind of just put pressure. They don't really bite down hard. They normally don't draw blood. I have personally been bit by Tote. She has bit me to the point where I bruised, but that was mainly because she wanted to get into a room that I was blocking with my foot. So they definitely communicate with you when they want something or when they're not happy with something that's going on around them. If you're holding them for too long and they don't like it, they will give you a nip and they're gonna tell you that.
Another behavior that doesn't necessarily convey frustration or anger, but more so boredom, is destructive behavior, destructiveness. So whether that be chewing cords, chewing cables, chewing wood, paneling, furniture, that just means that your bunnies are probably bored with their current lifestyle. So things that you can do are, give them more space or give them new toys or try and spruce things up, give them some more free roaming time.
Rearranging furniture even sometimes can help decrease boredom.
It can, but you also don't want to do that too frequently because bunnies do like to have
consistency.
Routine, consistency. They kind of get a little stressed out if things are changing like a whirlwind 24/7.
So the next behavior that we're going to talk about is we call it nudging. It's something that they do to kind of tell you that you're in the way and that you should probably get out of the way. So it's something where they're just going to take their heads and they're going to kind of push you away. There's a different one where they like boop you with their nose, and that's something that's like just basically telling you like, hi, I see you, you're there. But a nudging is going to be more of like a push your hand or push your body or do what he did. So you're gonna, if that happens, just know they're telling you, they're not being like, oh, we love you, we're gonna nudge you. No, they're being like, you need to kind of get out of my way. I'm kind of over it.
Now we're moving on to the happy behaviors, the positive stuff. And so I guess we can start that off with ZOOMIES. And so this is something that a lot of animals get. But this is where the rabbit will accelerate to top speed for a brief amount of time, and then most likely just come to a complete stop and sit there as if nothing happened. That just means that they're super happy, really excited about
whatever's occurring.
Yeah, about having a lot of space to run in. It's just a really cute thing to see because they go super fast and they might do turns and they might try and zigzag, and then sometimes, especially with Tote, if they're a little bit larger or clumsier, they might like bump into things while they're doing their careless zoomies.
It's a great indicator that your bunny is really happy. The next thing we're going to talk about is flopping. Flopping is something that you'll see your rabbit do only if it's completely content and completely safe. So when your bunny feels like it's secure and safe in its environment, it's going to feel like it can expose things like its chest area and its belly area, which is something that they wouldn't expose normally because they are prey animals. So they're going to try and protect at all costs their vital organs. So when they are completely secure and content, they're going to flop. And flopping is probably the most rewarding thing that you can see them do or walk into them doing, because it's very adorable. They're usually very, very, very asleep, very deeply asleep. We have Hubert do it very often. We've had Kimchi do it very often, and Toki. So the fact that they have a consistent area that's safe, that they don't feel like they're being constantly barked at by other dogs or bothered by people, they just end up doing it, and it's very cute to see.
Another positive display of affection is grooming. So whether, I guess they groom themselves, so that doesn't really, that's just kind of something they do. But if they groom another bunny, or if you're lucky enough to get groomed by them and they start licking your hand or something, it means that they're looking out for you. They care about you, and they want to make sure that you're being taken care of. It's really cute.
The next behavior that we're going to talk about is binkies. So binkies are usually paired with zoomies, but they can also be done as a single event. Toki likes to do them as a single event very often, where she'll all of a sudden pop up off the ground, do a little jig with her body, and then land back on the ground and zoom away. So those are things that it's very, very distinct when you see it happen. Sometimes it can even scare you because it's out of nowhere. You don't really see emotion on a bunny's face, but through their little butt wiggles and little jumps into the air, you can definitely tell they're very euphoric. So that is another very positive, very happy behavior that bunnies display when they are content.
Yeah, before we close out with the last one, something to be said about bunny behavior is just that really just learning to read body language is something that's crucial with the bunny and with the rabbits. So that's kind of something we're trying to
help you understand.
Put out there, yeah. The last one is kind of it's definitely a leisure activity, which is loafing, as well as paired with the Superman. And so that's where they sprawl out with their limbs, you know, sticking straight out or straight back with their legs. And loafing is just where they're sitting there, really comfy. And that expresses, you know, what's the word? Contentment. And just that they're very comfortable where they are. And they're probably sleeping, because bunnies do sleep with their eyes open, usually. But
if their ears are pinned down, usually that means that they're not listening to their surroundings, and it means they're more in a dormant state. Whereas if their ears are kind of perked up or turning, then you know that they're still awake and they're listening to the environment around them to make sure that they're safe.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this video and hope you found it informing and entertaining, or one of the two. And so make sure to give this video a thumbs up.
And just know that everything we say doesn't apply to every single bunny in the bunny world. If you have any more behaviors that you'd like to share in the comments, make sure to do that, because we'd love to hear your bunny stories and how you and your bunnies interact with each other. So yeah, just make sure to like, subscribe, leave some comments for us, and we will see you in the next video.